Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Martin Guevara, and this is gonna be my, I think, eighth or ninth video for my channel. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would like you to subscribe my channel, Martin Guevara, in YouTube, where I do a lot of election predictions, and both in my home country, the Philippines, and also right here, also in the United States. So, right, I do a lot of it, actually. So we're gonna do another one for 2020 election predictions. It's gonna be Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, senator from New York, against Donald Trump. So now, I did John Delaney, and doing John Delaney in itself is very much easy because I think he can't really appeal much to the Democratic base unless, of course, he really courts the white working class. So let's continue. So Gillibrand is another anti-Trump senator. She is from the East Coast, New York. But in my opinion, I think she is going to be the worst performer yet, because not only because she will be like the younger version of Hillary Clinton, but also because of her double-faced past where she caucuses more with the Republicans rather than the Democrats. That would bite her back in the national campaign. So Trump would easily manhandle her. I mean, I'm sorry if that is a fairly wrong remark, but she would really be underperforming in my opinion. So to change strategy, I really don't see. I would do more of these safe states. So let's start with the safe states of Donald Trump. So we're gonna put all the safe states right here. I don't see Kirsten Gillibrand doing a lot actually, or performing a lot, unlike Kamala Harris, who has a chance of beating Trump because she is an African American, and um, particularly all the states that Donald Trump won will absolutely go for him. Uh, I think Iowa would stay for Trump in this scenario. So Arizona would be the only swing state, I guess, in the Gillibrand's case, because she has a lot of connections with the Democratic base in Arizona. So I think that'll be a toss-up. So I think even the other district of Maine would be a safe red for Donald Trump. So that's 184. So let's look at the states that be safe for Kirsten Gillibrand. So we have all of the states right here. I don't see no practical reason. Okay, Alaska, I forgot to put that in the safe ballot, or in the safe line. So all of these states would be safe for Kirsten Gillibrand, no matter how you call it, no matter how you describe it to be as a chance for Trump to excel. But I don't really see Trump excelling anywhere with what has happened. I mean, he continued to pander on the Republican base, so I don't see her winning more than the states he had. So let's look at the swing states. Nevada would probably be a swing state. Colorado would be safe, but for my money, I'm gonna put it in the unsafe column. Same with Florida. So same with I guess North Carolina would also be a toss-up. Virginia would also be a toss-up because um, you practically divided it into two. So, so yeah. Ohio also. Pennsylvania, and New Hampshire would be safe for. I think this will be one of those states that Trump would probably campaign more. And Maine's I'm sorry, Maine district and its first district will go for Kirsten Gillibrand. So now we're gonna go to the Great Lakes. Wisconsin would be not would be a toss-up. Same with Michigan. So now we now go to the numbers. Kirsten Gillibrand is in 200. She still needs 70 more, and Donald Trump was at 187. Now, as I've said, the economy factor would really be prided by the Trump administration, no matter what factors it realistically. No matter how realistically Trump has nothing to do with the economic boom, he'll really gain credit for that. And Arizona, North Carolina, and Ohio would sincerely go for Trump. So it puts him in 231. So now, in my opinion, Colorado and Virginia would barely stay for Kirsten Gillibrand, putting her in 222. Trump leads. Now, the reason why I think the economic factor would come to hurt Gillibrand as well is that Kirsten Gillibrand was one of those primary oppositionists regarding the repeal of Obamacare, and the Trump team would really ground her to death with that. So, in my opinion, Kirsten Gillibrand will really do poorly in the last remaining states, especially in Florida. This would really be the death knell for the campaign, because I think she would be viewed as a double face or a two-face legislator that will pander to her base, which is uptown New York, which is a bit more conservative. So she would really be having a bad time campaigning here, even if she spiked the minority numbers or the minority turnout, because after all, if she is going to be branded as the younger version of Hillary Clinton, that won't really work out, because she would lose big time in the panhandle, which Donald Trump really excelled at. And I think that was one of the reasons why Trump won there. Same with Pennsylvania. This is a state that I consider to be the tipping point state. Now, most of you will be saying that how come Pennsylvania is in Trump's side? Well, number one, most of the central Pennsylvania areas, the counties there necessarily had high margins for Trump. It was Erie County and the surrounding counties, rural counties surrounding Pittsburgh, that gave Trump a narrow win in Pennsylvania, and I think he'll do increasingly better now in Pennsylvania than in 2016. Okay, so another state that I necessarily see going for Trump is Wisconsin, not only because the Republicans are getting stronger there, but also the outlying rural districts or rural counties in Wisconsin are now tends to vote Republican, and it's going to be near a stronghold for the Republicans if it continues to go like that. Especially Paul Ryan will do everything in his power to keep Wisconsin red. New Hampshire, in my opinion, would probably stay blue in Gillibrand's case, because she is from that particular area. So I think she can barely win. She can barely win that state. Michigan, I see this one going for Gillibrand. Now, of course, she exceeded Hillary Clinton numbers by getting into 242, but that is because Michigan is necessarily still a Democratic state, because it was just a narrow victory for Donald Trump. So it was like an extra prize, because, in my opinion, the Trump team would have considered Pennsylvania more important than Michigan. So Michigan was just an added surprise. So the Democrats would retake Michigan and put it into 4 to 5% lead. Nevada is the most trickiest state to call in this scenario, to be honest with you, because of course with the recent gun control stance of Donald Trump, it says a lot to his political strategy that if I caucus with this idea, I would really do well with other states that has a big gun control problems, even if all of them would not necessarily vote for him in general. Okay, so Nevada's the only exception there because I think he can improve in Washoe County in Reno and also in Clark County in Las Vegas, especially with the shootings and how people trusted him higher than the other states in the South ever did. I mean, to be honest with you, Texas has a more higher, I'm sorry, a lower trust rating for Trump than in Nevada. So in my opinion, this would be the only flip from the 2016. So that would put him 296 to 242. And I think in this scenario, I necessarily would say that Gillibrand would underperform, unlike Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, even in Kamala Harris's case. So this is my final prediction. Kirsten Gillibrand, 242 against President Trump, 296. So this is Mike and Guevara saying good day to all.